I don't know, man. This computer is really fucking me up. Anyway, I tried to have my daughter come over and help me with it. Not, she did something. I don't know what it is, but not good. I can tell you that. See my old cup, one of my old coffee cups. That's from the 89th Regional Support Command. I think it was 89th. Yep. That would have been the last regional support command that I worked for. The one before that was the 88th, and then the one before that was the 86th. So that's my civilian jobs there with the government. And those regional support commands, those are Army Reserve commands, the big area Army Reserve commands, like for 2, 3 states, that big. And all the reserve units in the area are under them. So I worked as a civilian for 3 different ones. I don't have any packages today. I don't have anything new. I don't have anything that you might want to look at, but I do need your opinion on something. And I'm sure you all know by now that Iran's getting the shit bombed out of it. Because if you remember, when was it, 1974, 3? Five, I don't know, somewhere in there, when the Shah got kicked out of Iran. And don't get me wrong, the Shah was a U.S. puppet installed, and he was a dictator, pure and simple. And now they want to put the Shah's son back in, and I don't think that's a good idea. I think what they need to do is maybe have him as an interim president, schedule free and fair elections, and maybe a year down the road so that political opponents can get their campaigns together, get their support together so that they can run in a free and fair election. And it's probably going to take a couple election cycles before the people of Iran finally figure out who they want and what they want. But we're giving them the chance to do that now. As an American, I can say that, let's say if I wasn't an informed American, I could say to myself, Iran, fuck them. They wanted this brutal dictatorship, this theocracy in place, because they thought that was going to be an improvement over the Shah. It turned out it wasn't an improvement. It was worse than being under the Shah. Okay, well, they have become so let's say downtrodden, and so and it's hard for me to find the right words. Um, the theocracy is acting more like a communist system than a theocratical one, but uh, theocratical radical Islam is pretty much like communism. So if you look at the attacks in the area right now, from Saudi Arabia to UAE to Bahrain to Dubai, Pakistan, um, you will see that what the Saudis have been saying for years is that Iran is the problem in the Middle East. Saudi Arabia and Iran didn't like each other at all. Most of the Muslim countries in the Middle East didn't like Iran at all. And that's that whole Sunni Shia split, you know. So I don't know. We'll see how this is going to turn out. We're not done yet by any means. We're not done yet bombing. And I think maybe when we're done and we're out of the area, our next focus is going to be Mexico. But I don't know that for a fact. But it should be. It should have been a long time ago. But anyway, I need your opinion on something. And I'm sure Mama T or Big T is going to be up today. Which one is it? Big T's up today. And so I want to make this short and sweet. I had Ginger make me a 50 caliber shell out of silver. I gave Ginger the 50 caliber bullet to do it. All right. Use this one as a mold. And this one is not a live shell. You can see that the primer's been not hit, but the bullet's been taken out and the powder has all been. Hi, Dandy Dave. Canceled today, huh? Rough night getting rest. All right, I got it. Because I didn't see any notifications or anything, so I was kind of wondering. Here's the bullet out of the 50 cal. All right, and I haven't weighed it, so I don't know how much it is, but I guess we could. I don't know. This little scale might not take that much weight. Let's go to ounces, because I'm sure it's going to be in ounces. Yep. Take that bullet off there and put it right on there. That's 1.475 ounces. So almost an ounce and a half. Yep. Imagine that fucker hitting you. All right. That's what that is. Now, I told Ginger I wanted a silver one. A silver 20 millimeter, 20 mic. Also cast out of silver. And at some point, I'll find a 30 mic and maybe a 40 also. But I wanted a 20. And lo and behold, we were trying to get a 20 mic from somebody that had one. But it wasn't happening, so I looked around, and I do have a 20 mic shell casing. We didn't have a bullet for it, so we had to make one. I needed dimensions, and somebody sent them to me, email me with the dimensions out of the book. So I made one, but if you will notice, this is the right length. This is completely the right length. All right. But look at the taper on the bullets. And it doesn't look like the taper on the paper either that I got. But look how this tapers from about midpoint up to a point. This one, the taper is not as severe. And I don't know if I want to chance taking more of this off. I'm using an 1.5 or 2 inch belt grinder to take material off here. I don't really want to screw it up, but you can see from about here down to here, that has to be thinned out a little bit. It's the right length there. It's the right diameter here, up to about here. But it needs to be tapered just a little more. And I don't know if I want to do that on a belt sander or if I want somebody to do that on a wood lathe. It'd be more precise on a wood lathe. I think I've got it pretty good right now with the belt sander, but yeah, it looks like a nice taper, full length. This one is supposed to up to about right there. You can see where the belt sander goes about right here. It should be about this diameter up to that point, and then it should taper. From what it might have to taper just a little bit more there, but it don't look like the bullet in the diagram. I think this whole thing has to be tapered just a little more. But yeah, that is the appropriate length. So I don't know. Oh, you're on the phone? Okay. No biggie. I'll just keep talking. And that kind of what it looks like to me. I do need to taper a little more. But I don't know if I really want to try that, attempt that with a belt sander, or if I want to see if somebody can do that on a lathe for me. And I don't know anybody who has a metal lathe. I do know somebody has a 3D printer, so I could take the picture and have them 3D print me one out of plastic, the right dimensions, and then put that in here. I think that would also work. But yeah, I need more taper, and I just don't know if I want to do that on a belt sander. I really don't want to fuck that one up. It started as a broom handle. You know what that one started as. So, what do you think? I don't know. Looks to me like it needs more taper, but I think that's what my wife said too. It needs more taper. But yeah, I'm going to get one 20 mic made out of silver, and then I got to find a 30. Somebody's got a 30 someplace. One of you guys does. I know you do. Military guys have a penchant for strategically what is the acronym is STEAL. Strategically transfer equipment to an alternate location. I know some of you guys did that with a 30 millimeter, and some of you guys may have done it with a 40 millimeter, the grenade for a 203 grenade launcher. I know some of you guys probably did that, and you got a 40 someplace. I can probably buy a dud. I could probably buy one, but I don't really want to spend the money if I don't have to. You know what I mean? It's like buying dud grenades and setting them on your desk. Okay, yeah, they look neat, but they don't do anything. I want something that does something. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, that's what I got tannerite for. And you can mix tannerite with a little black powder and makes a bigger boom. And if you use it with dirty black powder, you can actually get more of a cloud out of it too. So, but another announcement I got is if anybody wants some Canadian coins, I have some extra large pennies. I have some extra nickels, dimes, quarters. I don't think I got a whole. Yeah, I got some extra 50-cent pieces, and somebody contacted me and wanted a 50-cent piece, and I have some extra of these. They wanted a 1967 Howling Wolf, so it's 1867 to 1967 centennial coin, but he wanted a Howling Wolf for his collection, and I had this. I got a couple of them, but these BUs. So we're going to be sending that one to him shortly. And I got more. You know, it's not like I need a whole bunch of them, but they are silver. They are 80%. So most of the time I'll keep all the 80% stuff, and that just goes in. It's like my 90% from America, it goes in a separate ammo can. Just 80. It's just 80. It's just 80%. The stuff that I have in my books, that's all been done, all those coins. So all that extra stuff just goes into 90% or 80%. So if anybody wants anything, let me know. I got some extra stuff, especially Canadian stuff. I did sell all my Morgans and Peace dollars, which I probably shouldn't have done that, but I wanted, it was money well spent because I got my brother into stacking silver. My youngest brother, I got my youngest natural brother into stacking silver. So I got two younger stepbrothers, younger than him. So my youngest natural brother, I got him into stacking, and he's like 60 years old now. So he needs to get with it a little bit. And I had an ASE slab, PCGS, or was it NGC? I'm not sure. It was PCGS. It was an MS-70, and it was a Donald Trump label on it. And he's a big Trump collector fan, so I bought it from Durban, and I told him I'd sell it to him for the same price. He gave me a $5 tip, though, so hey, Yeah, I got this month, I think another 2 days, 2 or 3 days, I take my truck in. The heater motor on my truck just up and quit this winter. So I've been driving around with no heater motor in my truck all winter. Well, half the winter anyway. So that's going to be a nice little bill that I wasn't expecting. So that just all that does is curtail my buying a little bit. I look at my checkbook, and my checkbook says I got this much left after all my regular bills. And I know that one's going to take like $200-300. So yeah, there you go. We'll be screwed for the rest of the month again. You know how that shit goes. Hey, Sheet's supposed to. Hey, Sheet, you were going to email me about some coins, right? And I haven't seen it, so I don't know if you forgot or what. But anyway, yeah, we were just talking about my 40 mic, and by looking at the 50, my taper on the bullet so far is not quite right. And then I'm looking for somebody who has a 30 mic, because I want to do another one 30. So I got a 50, a 20, a 30, and then I want a 40. A 40, like out of a 203, a 40 grenade. I could go to 60 millimeter mortar after that, or 80 millimeter. I don't think I want to go that big, though. That would take all my silver and then some. So I think I want to just go to a 40 and be done with it. Okay, Danny, Dave, see you, buddy. Yeah, email it to me. We'll see if I got enough money this month. Sure, why not? Might as well buy it before silver goes any higher, right? Because it will go higher. I bought that 10-ounce bar from my friend. It was an A-Mark bar. He wanted to sell it. I bought it at $75 an ounce. Boom. Silver went all the way up to 120, and I was rich, and then it went down to 71, and I lost money, and now it's back up to almost 90, so I made some money yet. And that's the way the market goes. Silver and gold, both platinum, whatever. Up, down. But eventually it'll find a floor, and it'll be a little up, down from there, and then a little up, down from there, and then it'll go up a little bit more, and it'll hit a new floor. See, what they call resistance on the high end eventually becomes the support on the low end. Eventually, it always does. So just keep stacking. Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I was talking to Daryl, USA, and he wanted one of these for his collection. If you can see it, come on, focus, you bitch. He wanted a '67 Howlin' Wolf, 50-cent piece. So I had a couple extra, and in BU too. So he's getting one cheap. I sold it to him for 35 shipped. I will send it to him. Why? Because he shipped me some. He sent me a square nose shovel for my panning and a little square nose shovel, for panning. And so he didn't want anything for that. So, yep, yep. You got it last month, right? I can put it in the chat. I'll do that. Hold up a second. I'll put it in the chat. Boom. Okay. Everybody gets screwed up by the last part. I gotta check it. Yep, that's right. Yeah, I got one of those really weird email addresses because that's the local service provider, and they provide our landline telephone, they provide our TV, provide the internet for the computers. And we got a router in the house, so I could get internet all the way down to, I can't in my sheds, of course. I got steel sheds, so there's nothing I can do about that. Anything I have to do in the shed, I have to take a video of and then upload it. But that's been getting hard because I'm finding hooking my phone to my computer and trying to upload a goddamn video from my phone is just difficult as hell. It shouldn't be, but it is. And it's all because of the goddamn computer, I think. No, I think it's because of the phone. Because my old phone, I had no problem with it, but my new phone, the girls gave me for Christmas, seems to have problems uploading. So I don't know. I got a couple of. I think I got a panning video on there. Whose bag did I pan out? Oh, Creed's Nine Finger Mining up in Alaska. I had a half gram bag from him, and it's called moose pubes. And the reason is because there's all kinds of little black uh, grass and crap, and really dirty water. But we got it panned out. I think I got 0.59, 0.59 out of it. So a little bit more than half a gram. Or, yeah, a little bit more than half a gram. So we did all right. That bag was all right. Yeah, I think so. I think I sent you an PayPal before, but I'm not sure. I'll write that down. Okay. I think I PayPal'd you before, but I don't know. I'll look when I get off of this and see if I have or not. Yeah, I see last night, yesterday afternoon, nobody was up. This morning, nobody was up at all. I think I'm getting sick. I get colds in the spring, summertime. It's just not in the winter, but when the weather changes in the spring, usually. Hey, Walter, how are you, buddy? How's everybody doing today? Well, we were discussing. So I got to send this to Daryl, USA. He's getting a '67 Howlin' Wolf. That's a nice BU coin. I got several of them, so he's getting that. And then I was discussing these because I wanted you guys' opinion on, because I think I need a little more taper on this bullet compared to a 50 cal. I think the taper needs to be a little bit more dramatic. I think, but and then once I get the bullet right, I will send that down to Ginger with some. Oh, I gotta save some silver out for that. I'll have more by then anyway. Send some silver down to Ginger and have him pour me a 20 mic. I would like to get a 30 mic also. Yeah, I know, but I don't. I think it looks too fat. I think it just looks too fat. I don't know. And see, I shaped that with a like a little 1 inch, 1.5 inch belt sander. And I'm doing that by rotating it. And I thought I got it pretty close just doing that by hand. And I don't really want to fuck it up doing it by hand anymore. I'd rather have somebody put it in a wood lathe and take it down, but it'd be more precise that way. It'd be more precise that day. I don't know, man. Hey, Vervid, how are you, buddy? Oh, we're just discussing some things to do with ammo here. The bullet looks to me, this one looks to me like it's not tapered enough. Yeah, hold it over here. So it doesn't look tapered enough. So I got to do some more work, I guess. And this is a 50 cal. I already had Ginger make me a silver 50 cal. I got a titanium one, I have a silver one, and I have this one. And I wanted a 20 mic, so I got a 20 mic shell, but I didn't have a bullet for it. So I'm trying to make one out of wood. And it's just not quite doing it for me. I need to do some more work on it, I think. Yeah, it's too chunky. I think you're right. I think it needs a taper more. But I don't want to take too much off. Then I got to start over again. And that's a pain in the butt. 1 month I'll be at my friend's on my birthday. Oh, cool. Oh, my father-in-law had a fainting spell. See, my mother-in-law died this year. And my father-in-law has been getting rid of a lot of her stuff. And he's been not feeling the best. And he has decided to get rid of his pickup. And I think I'm going to stop over there maybe tomorrow or whatever and offer to buy his truck. Because I got a 2010 Ford, and it's got the good motor in it. It's got a 5.4 liter, but it's got the three valve motor instead of the 2 valve. And so the 3 valve motor is a pretty good motor. And but I know it's going to rust out. It's going to rot out. It already is in the back of the cab. Underneath, I can see that. I haven't had too much problem with it, to be quite honest with you. No transmission problems, no engine problems, no rear end or front end problem. Just the regular stuff: brakes, sensors, tire pressure sensors, oxygen sensors, that kind of stuff, mufflers and tailpipes, and tires. And I take good care of it. I mean, every 5,000 miles, we get oil change. We get full synthetic. We get Ford stuff. But it's like a 3-door though. You got the front door and a little half door in the back. You got a seat back there, but not much of one. And I just use that for my chainsaws. Leave the seat folded up, put my chainsaws and gas and oil and stuff in there. But I know at some point that truck's going to give up the ghost, and I'm going to need another truck. And if my father-in-law has got one that doesn't have very many miles on, and all he used it for was run from town out here, uh, and he pulled a trailer to have his tractor on to pick up rocks and stuff out in the field. Um, and I don't even know what year it is. It's a 2021 or something like that. But it's a good truck. I could probably get it at a decent price. And I'd like to have his tractor too. Get rid of my tractor and have his little John Deere, but I'm not going to go that far into that. But I could use his pickup. And I don't really need his trailer because I got one of my own, a 16-foot car trailer. I don't need that. And I don't need his. He's got a collector tractor there, but that's going out to the museum. It's an old Johnny Popper. It's a 2-cylinder, I think. I don't know what model it is though. And see, he had rebuilt that one and rode it in parades and stuff. So that's going to go out to the museum now. And then he's going to have that trailer, his newer little tractor. I think it's a 30 horse John Deere. It's got a loader on it. And that trailer and the pickup. And then he's just going to keep his car that his wife had. Because it's easier for him to get in and out of the car than it is to try and climb up in that pickup. So, and I think it's a 3/4 ton. I'm not sure, but I know it's a gas engine. I know it's a V8. But I don't know which engine. And so I have to get all that data and look it up on the internet and see what I can find out about it. Because there are some motors, and every car manufacturer's had them. Some motors are good, some motors are bad. Dodge had a 250 slant 6, good motor. They had a 318, they had a 360, 440. Those are all good motors. Chevy had 389. They had a 250 straight 6, which was a beast. If you got the old blue block, that was a big thick. But they made a red block one that they decreased the size on because they were just decreasing weight for fuel mileage, and that motor sucked. What are the ones that Chevy had that were good? 389. Well, I can't even think. No, I haven't had them always up there. I had them down on the table when I was racing and stuff, but that's where I put them. I actually have to get another chip tower because I have a chip from a 949. I got his donkey chip that I had to put up. It's laying up there, but and I got Meg's chip that's laying up there. So I got to get another chip tower from Adam J. and put another one up. 292 straight 6. Okay. That would have. I never saw one of those. I don't believe. When I and my high school brethren were getting muscle cars back in the early 70s, I had a 68 GTO with a 400 in and a 4-speed, of course. And my neighbor Rich, who's since passed, had a 389 Nova. His older brother Bob had a Superbird Roadrunner. I don't know what was in that one though. So I can't remember what was in that one. So they had a Chrysler product, they had a Chevy product. And I had a Chevy product, of course, it was a Pontiac. A lot of guys had Novas. I know a guy I worked with had a 69 or a 70, 69 GTO, I think. When they went back to the square body. And he had a 389 in that. I don't know. Yeah, Le Mans. It's a good car. 326. 326. If I remember right, that was a pretty good motor. But I don't know all of them anymore. I don't remember all of them anymore. I can't remember what Jim Worry had. It was a gray car, and it was a fastback. A lot of guys had Mustangs. Nobody I knew had a Corvette. Oh, the Holland boys, they had a Mustang. It was damn. It was that special Mustang. If you guys say it, I don't know what it is. Shelby. It was a Shelby Mustang. Yep. Well, 4 on the floor with a 326 would be worthless, but at least you learned how to drive a stick. I learned how to drive a stick on a tractor. And then in a pickup out in the hayfield. And I think one of our cars we had, the old man had for us, was our second car. It was a Chevy, but it had a 3 on a tree. Boy, some of those cars I'd like to have back. Man. Yeah, there you go. And see how many people today, 63 fleets of 292 6-cylinder. Holly 650 is a little bit much for a 292 6-cylinder. But, whatever. Guys were experimenting. You had to put a cam in that thing. Yeah, I could see fixing that up, though. I could see fixing that one up, though. It all depends on what kind of 4-speed it had. If it had a stock 4-speed, well, I got people. So I guess that's going to be it for today because I just really came up to see what you guys thought. I needed your opinions on that bullet. And I think I need to taper more right there. Just by looking at this one. Taper more from there. About right there. About right there up. So, okay, we'll do that. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. Okay, guys, I think that's going to be it for me for today. And I'm going to go out to the shed and say hi to my cat. And then we'll try and taper that if the cat will leave me alone. She's awful needy. All right. We will see you guys later. Peace out. All right. Now I got to find my end stream, which is moved all the way up here. It used to be down there, over here. But now it's up here, over here. Stupid shit. See you later.